Checkered flag, checkered flag. What's up, guys? This is Mario,
Hello,
and
everyone.
and that's Carl. We're back in the foot.
Hello, everyone.
We're
We
back.
back.
Yes. Welcome back to the Footy and Grand Prix podcast. This has been quite an eventful week. Actually,
You
quite an
don't
eventful
say.
month. Yeah.
You don't say, man.
Right. So in our last episode, we went. How do you say? We reviewed the group stages of the World Cup, and we previewed the knockout stages. Well, today is already 12:20, so we already
Mm-hmm.
have a champion. But well, this guy, this guy won.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. But I'm getting ahead of myself, am I not? Uh,
Nah,
yeah, we'll since we
just right.
left off from the knock group stages, let's have a look first because this is the World Cup that gave us a lot of
Mm-hmm.
surprises in the group stages,
Mm-hmm.
and it did continue to do that in the knockout stages, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, but it's mostly Morocco.
Morocco kind of carried the uh, round of 16. Yeah, little bit of less surprises, but there was still a surprise. Netherlands, not including them. So Netherlands 3, USA 1. Argentina 2-1 against Australia. They were kind of,
For a win.
yeah,
Yeah.
they kind of labored for that win. France versus
Mm-hmm.
Poland, 3, France, Poland 1. Bit of
Mm-hmm.
a battle as well. Chesney doing bits, but France getting the win.
Just too
England,
much. Yeah.
England 3, Senegal nil. Best England game of this cup,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately.
I can say it. Yeah, yeah.
And then this was one of the surprises for me. Japan versus Croatia. Japan scored first, but Croatia equalized. So 1-1, went to penalties, and Croatia nicked it at the
What?
end.
Yeah, with intense. Uh, shame that Japan's campaign ended here. They were promising in the group stage.
Yeah, they were the best Asian side, and they topped the group. So that's quite a shame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
correct.
I think we underestimated Croatia, but let's get on there later. Now this is the
Yeah,
non-shocks, right? Because Brazil 4, South Korea 1, and they just got
yeah.
battered.
So this is pretty straightforward win by Brazil, the supposed favorites.
Yeah, the supposed favorites, but we'll see where they end up. So for me, the last two are kind of really unexpected. Morocco and Spain penalties. Morocco 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Good on Morocco. Spain were shockingly awful or passive. They were the
Yeah,
aggressors.
yeah. I think I've been harping about that. Spain don't have a striker, so that showed here. They did not have that striker of Villa Torres in that
And
mold.
that kind,
So
yeah, Morata.
no, not good enough. Not good enough.
And that's the fairy tale of the World Cup, right? Morocco. And the other
Mm-hmm.
shocking result is Portugal 6, Switzerland 1. It's shocking for me
No,
because I didn't expect the margin to be that big.
uh, I I I disagree. I expected it to be this big because Ronaldo was not playing well. He was like a burden to the team, and they were unshackled here, 6-1.
Ooh, nasty Ronaldo hate right here. But yeah, I mean, uh, it was quite amazing to see. I mean, I didn't watch the whole game already because it was late in the night and it was a shock, really, to be honest. So Portugal
Mm-hmm.
went on, and here's where the shocks keep on getting crazier. Croatia versus Brazil. Brazil were the
Yeah,
favorites.
he scored first in extra time, right? Yeah, in extra time,
Yeah,
Neymar.
I thought it was Neymar's moment. It was a good goal, good team goal, but then Croatia and the
Bruno
old,
Peck, Bruno Pekovic had other ideas.
yeah. So Croatia equalized in extra time as well. So it went to pens, and again, Croatia just kept on shocking us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And then
the
the
small,
other,
the small
yeah,
nation, small nation of 4 million going through the semifinals again.
with an older squad. I think the
Mm-hmm.
2018 squad was better in
Mm-hmm.
all
They
terms,
had yeah, they had Mandzukic.
and
This one didn't.
they had more energy than.
This squad, you can
So
say, right?
the other game also went to pens. Netherlands versus Argentina. This is where it got a bit shaky for Argentina. Like they went 2-0 up, lost the 2-0 lead.
To vote to Weghorst, man, the Burnley striker, Weghorst.
Yeah, it was they always had this tendency, to be frail defensively, and
Yeah, yeah.
it almost killed them again in the final.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to agree on that.
And then next is Morocco, Portugal. This is another fairy
Shock.
tale. Yeah, the shock. For me, footballing wise, this World Cup. Okay, people are gonna hate me for it, but this is the best for me. Morocco won, Portugal nil. No Ronaldo,
Mm-hmm.
no party this time.
Mm,
And the fairy tale
I
kept on going.
I wouldn't say that he would have made the difference from the start because I thought I watching this game. Portugal were awful.
Yeah, and if the coach wanted to bring on Ronaldo, he should have done it earlier to make, the impact. He done it too late. Anyways,
Mm,
the
51st minute is not late. More
I
than
guess
30 minutes
I
to
mean
rest people.
for me halftime should have been, you know first half goal already. So it's your World Cup life on the line.
Mm,
But nonetheless, they didn't do enough. Morocco deserved semi-finalists. First African team, you know, doing what Asamoah Gyan could not do in South Africa.
mm-hmm.
And speaking of semi-finalists, England versus France in the last quarterfinal game. Really hard. Oh man, as an England fanboy, really heartbreaking. England won, France two. Harry Kane scored one penalty, missed another.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
What do I say?
just speechless about this.
No, for me, it really showed the depth of Southgate's coaching. I mean, it has its limits. I mean, he made the substitutions. For me, those are questionable substitutions. I still don't know the use of Mount in the football pitch. I mean, I'm sorry, Chelsea fans. I just don't get why he plays and why you bring
And
on
he insisted on
Rashford.
Sterling.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I mean, no, I mean Sterling, no disrespect, but he's gone cold since he went back to
And
London and back to Qatar.
yeah, and something happened to his family with the robbery. Why bring
Yeah,
him on? I mean, I just don't get it.
yeah,
So many more players he could have brought on. Grealish could have been brought on earlier.
yep.
I
And
mean, Rashford
Grealish
should
was
have been brought
good.
on early. Mm-hmm.
So
I
there again, England's 60 years of hurt continue.
mm-hmm. Yeah, but I thought this game, Walker really marshaled Mbappe well. I mean,
For
it was Giroud who killed them.
Yeah,
I
Drew.
mean,
So,
Chouameni,
mate, I'm gonna give you a pop quiz. Whose job was it to mark Giroud?
Labhead,
A
Labhead.
certain player from Manchester club stealing a living.
Yeah,
Co-
he will be benched because we will have two World Cups winning center backs now.
Yep. I mean, that's my main criticism of Southgate. He still went for that guy. Masterstroke with Kyle Walker, failure elsewhere.
No, he didn't change a thing. This was the same team that went against Wales
Yeah.
and against Senegal.
I mean, he did
Uh,
he did well sticking with Kyle Walker, but I don't know.
yeah, the
Fine chemistry, but you see, it's Jew. It's a big guy.
hmm yeah, correct about that. Might have gone with a three to maybe
Back three.
mark him. Yeah, eh. I mean, also Rashford could have been useful here,
Yep.
going in behind.
So I'm just gonna look forward to Euro 2024. Maybe England, whatever.
No, not a
Still
chance.
hoping.
Same manager. It's just insanity, doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
Should have, and then they should have been in the World Cup final. I mean, is it really fail? Is it really failure when you've gone to a Euro final, World Cup semi-final, and
You should be
uh,
winning those.
yeah,
No,
should
you should be winning those.
arguably should have won the Euros. Should have gone to the World Cup final 2018. Should have beaten France
Mm.
in
Yeah,
2022.
should have skin count really. We need the silverware.
Yep. Uh, I mean, 60 years of hurt. Jules Rimet still gleaming.
We'll go on for 2026.
Uh, well, speaking of Croatia, so they went against Argentina and then they got their asses handed back to them. So it's quite a
They got
shame.
outplayed.
It should have
Mm-hmm.
been a Brazil Argentina knockout match, but they just got
Croatia
outplayed.
had to spoil the part. Yeah, Croatia had to spoil the part.
And so Argentina advanced to the final, and France ended the Moroccan fairy
Fairy
tale, which should
tale.
have been England versus Morocco, but France did the job.
Mm, like the defending champions would do. Just, you know, doing what they have to do. This wasn't really impressive at all from them.
Hmm.
Just doing the bare minimum.
And yeah, before we go to the final, Croatia versus Morocco, the so-called
Right.
non-big big game. So it's
Mm-hmm.
Morocco was beaten by Croatia 2-1. Croatia, short-handed, but they're the, surprise package. They're the best surprise package for this World Cup for me. Morocco, fourth place,
Mm-hmm.
highest place for Africa in the World Cup. Did a good
Yeah, it's
job.
still impressive. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
still impressive.
with the squad that they have, mixture of European club players, and I just love how they did their program this time, and it's result touching. But then Croatia with the old guys, with the Modric, they've gone into World Cups, runner up, then third place. Not a bad close to a World Cup career by Modric. And some of the other
Mm-hmm.
guys, Perisic, maybe he'll be there, but I don't know. And these guys just it for a country like Croatia, it's amazing. It's amazing work.
Mm-hmm. 4 million in back to back, at least in the semifinals. That's impressive.
There we go. So that's how our knockout stages happen. Well, we'll go now to the big thing, the big meat of this tournament. Argentina versus France, the final.
Mm-hmm.
France breaking the curse, of World Cup champions.
Mm-hmm.
Like they said, World Cup champions always get eliminated in the group
Group
stages.
stage, but not France.
Yeah, not France. Like you said earlier, they were the best at times, but they did what they had to do. They did how they knew how to do it without the big players that helped them win the 2018 World Cup. That's for me the most impressive thing about France is march to the final.
Mm. But for me, I think the absence of those players showed here, in my opinion.
Yep, especially Ongolo Kante. They really were exposed in some of the other games, like the game against Poland, game against England. They were really, and then even in the final itself, they were really
I think
exposed without.
yeah, I think they also missed Pogba here. They missed the creativity from midfield. They were just chucking. Really? No, no. That's not the game I'm also saying. Because their no,
I
hear
get
me
what
out.
you mean.
Because
Yeah,
yeah, because their midfield was come on, Rabio. I mean, no offense to Rabio. He's just
no offense to
there because
Rabiot, but it's really an offense to see Rabiot in the French
yeah,
midfield.
yeah. Considering it's a final, he could be good as a replacement player, but not even starting ahead of Kamavinga was a criminal decision by
Deschamps,
Deschamps.
yeah, should have actually started Camavinga, but I think he was also short-handed be- in the way that he, used Griezmann. As an attacking
Mm-hmm.
player, you use it in the middle of the park, which is not really his
Mm-hmm.
playing style. Even Diego Simeone
Mm-hmm.
won't sink to that kind of impropriety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he kind of pushed his luck there, and it showed in the final. He couldn't influence the game when faced with I think a better midfield. I can say.
Yep. So that's France's side. Argentina, on the other hand, I didn't think they were running on talent primarily. I think they were running on magic and willpower. But they had the talent actually. Like I was pleasantly surprised with how McAllister, De Paul, Alvarez performed. You don't need to talk
Mm-hmm.
about a certain Lionel Messi, but Angel Di Maria was kind of
Yeah,
one of the better players in the knockout stages and in the group stages as well. Let's not talk about,
mm-hmm.
well, fine, we need to talk about Messi. Scored the goals
Mm-hmm.
against Mexico and did roll back the years against Croatia. So it was
Mm-hmm.
big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was influential. I mean, he was the talisman, and it showed really.
Yep, and in the final, it was crazy because some people or a lot of people are saying this was the best final, true or false. I think I have to agree too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because of how it started, it was 2-0 in the first half. France made substitutions in the first half before halftime. I
Mhm.
mean, they showed no signs of life, and
Yeah,
then
because
suddenly,
they did nothing when from the kickoff to 2-0, they did nothing in the game.
oh yeah, no shots on target even up until Mbappe
Like,
happened.
yeah, I had well, I was watching live in the bar, and you can feel the unease, when France started to get some of the possession, with the substitution, took off Giroud, um,
And Dembele.
Turam really helped them claw back in the game. And then second half game, I thought Argentina still had some chances, but the the thunders of Kylian Mbappe, it struck.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think he finally showed out in his World Cup. In the final, most like it shed off the. He's not anymore the talented young boy. He's now full-fledged superstar now.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. Uh, everyone's scared of Mbappe, but when you see what he can really do, first one, confident penalty to save your nation. If he misses that penalty, it's kind of really a confidence
Over.
killer now. And then the most insane thing to happen in the World Cup final, from 2-0 to 2-2 in 2 minutes.
Yeah, the beauty of the beautiful game.
And the horror of the beautiful game.
It was a fantastic volley. Sweet.
I think it came from a Messi error, but I won't take because it was I was really astounded by the quality of Mbappe, you know, bringing the game to extra
Mm-hmm.
time. And then 2-2 at full time. So extra time came, these two
And then
big giants, Messi coming into the World Cup, trying to prove or he's not trying to prove, he's just going for the World Cup. And then he scores the
mhm,
goal to go up 3-2, and then Mbappe, I think, in extra time especially, Mbappe finally took charge of the French offense, because
mhm,
until the second goal, when he scored the penalty, he naturally celebrated quietly, and then the second goal, he was like, wow, and all that stuff. And then when he scored made a hat trick in the World Cup final.
mhm. Yeah. The first since 66, right? The first.
Yes, first since George first in the England win. So in context of this game, full time after extra time, 3-3. Messi a brace,
Mbappe hat
Mbappe
trick.
a hat trick. I mean, to see these two colossal figures, no matter who wins the penalty shootout, to see them in the biggest stage, in the biggest game. And by the way, I still don't agree that that penalty for Argentina was a penalty.
I mean, considering the rules now, I think that's a pen.
No,
It was
the,
checked
the,
by
the,
VAR.
the Di Maria dive.
Ah, the Di Maria. Yeah, that one. I think we were debating about that online. I really
Yeah.
thought that wasn't a penalty. So that was kind of soft.
Yeah, that was kind of soft. The one we were debating about, I think, was that the Mbappe first penalty, where Otamendi. I know you hate
Ah,
Otamendi. Yeah, that one.
no, I mean,
He got
I
a
have
yellow
reason to
card
believe
instead of a red card,
that
which
could have
is,
been a red if because
yeah,
he was last man.
arguably. And I think it came down to how rules have been enforced. Because I was
Mm-hmm.
watching the Suzuki Cup, Indonesia 0, Philippines 4, and there was the play where the defender was the last man. He fouled Philly husband. He was the last man. He was sent off. But I think from 2014 to 2020 to 2022, I don't know what changed about the last man rule, but refs don't really give out red cards readily for that kind of offense anymore, and even for the handballs in the penalty box. You you remember, right, when we first watched
Mm,
football in the early 2000s, I mean
yeah,
2010s, handballs in the box, throw out
red.
red cards, but in the third Mbappe penalty, that was also a handball in the box, yellow card only. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of what that's kind of an exemplification of how the refereeing or how the officiating has changed,
They're more lenient now, especially with the help of technology.
which is, well, I don't know. Maybe we're kind of reticent to accept, because back in few years ago, when you did something wrong, you were really severely punished for it. But anyways, that's the game now.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, game ended 3-all, went to penalties. Wow. Just wow.
Uh, yeah, Mbappe took his well, but I really did not agree with the other penalty takers for France. Really.
Yeah, I think it was Chouameni sent one wide, and then the other
Coman save.
Coman saved. I was
Mm-hmm.
surprised about Coman, because usually he's confident in that way, or he's skilled. Uh, but well, penalties are you know, kind of
Yeah, but I think. I think Argentina had an advantage because Martinez really does well with penalty shootouts, and Lloris doesn't save a thing.
Yeah, Luis saves the big shots, but he doesn't save the meat of the
Penal
goalkeeper's job. Like he makes,
penalties.
yeah, he on penalties and then some kind of the trailing shots. That's what he wants. He doesn't want the penalties. And yeah,
The
in the
easy.
goalkeeping department, they were kind of equal to Emi Martinez being better slightly than Loris. But
Hmm.
well, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So end of the game, Argentina win. Messi wins the World Cup. Argentina win the World Cup first time since Maradona did it. France, Mbappe doesn't get the second straight win.
The
You
back to
know,
back.
yeah, the back-to-back last team to do it was Brazil long time ago. Uh, no Deschamps win again. So Mbappe gets the golden boot, but Messi
Hmm.
gets the golden cup
And the shawl, the black
and
shawl,
the open bus parade in Doha.
and in Rosario.
Yeah,
Crazy place.
and it's the GOAT debate over.
It's finally.
It's finally, personally for me, yeah, it's over. It goes to Lionel
Piers
Messi.
and Piers Morgan's timeline will be uh shocked until the end of time because of the interview with Ronaldo and his bad predictions about Messi and Argentina.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
yeah. Uh, I mean, I don't really care about what Piers Morgan says about the World Cup final. I saw what I saw with my own eyes. So, and I think Mbappe, he will come back. He already has a hell a lot of goals in the World Cup,
And he still has at least
at least
three or
three.
four.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah,
23 years old.
24. Just turned 24 today.
What a
Oh
bad
my
way
God.
to celebrate. He will be back with a vengeance in Mexico.
Yeah. And he still isn't even on his prime yet.
He's getting there.
Mhm. Once he gets out of PSG.
But yeah, so I, I think he's nearing the what do you call this? He's nearing the top of his career. He's nearing the yeah. He will catch closest effort,
Definitely. And just don't get injured. He will break that record.
and as for Messi, last World Cup, yes, but not retiring yet.
Mm-hmm. Maybe up until Copa America, I don't know. If how long he will play
Yep,
for the national
and
team. For the national team.
yeah, for the national team, maybe another Copa America, just to get another one, just to cement further the GOAT status,
Yeah, probably. He can still play. He's just 35. Just 30.
and another World Cup qualification.
I think Argentina is a strong team now. I mean, he can play some qualifiers, maybe some not. They have a strong team.
Be a coach like Aguero.
And get your World Cup medal.
Do a John Terry.
But at least he's an assistant coach, listed assistant coach. So he technically gets the medal.
Yep. Um. Anyways, closing words on the World Cup final. Mine. I did enjoy watching it live, celebrating live with the football community. It's nice to watch it with other people.
Mm, yeah. I think this is really, if you want someone to get hooked into football, you let them watch this game
Yep.
because of the drama, the
Not,
unpredictability.
yep. And it had it all, like really had it all. The roller coaster ride of, felt almost that it would be a boring win, then Mbappe does it all,
Comes to life.
and then the GOAT scores, and then Mbappe scores again, and then penalties, and then outpour of, you know,
Emotion.
yeah, emotion. So yeah, what's that's my closing word, I think.
Yeah, it's it's perhaps the best World Cup ever.
Mate, we said we didn't want to watch it
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, this is the best World Cup ever, except for the workers who died.
in
That's what I can say.
footballing sense. Yeah, it's the best World Cup ever. Mexico, US, Canada has big challenge.
Maybe it could top that with more teams. I just don't know if it will dilute the quality. So I don't
No,
know
no
what happened.
stupid rules with the draws.
The MLS.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll never know. We might see some new innovations from FIFA then.
yeah. FIFA and there.
Surprisingly enough. Surprisingly enough.
So yeah, I think overall, yeah, I agree. Best World Cup final, best player in the world, dead or alive.
And then I mean, I think his successor is Mbappe. So it's like more showing the changing of the guard also. You see that someone is ready to take the mantle because I don't see Haaland getting to World Cup with that Norway team is god awful.
Yeah, I agree. Um, it, Mbappe will be the next king of football. But yeah, what a packed knockout and final it has been. We've been
Mhm.
spoiled.
Yeah, we've been spoiled. I miss football now more than ever.
But don't worry if you miss football. On our next episode, it will be the AFF Championships for the Philippines. So to our listeners, we'll be right with you on that tournament.
We'll be following that with
Right.
deep interest.
Until our next preview of the and review of the footballing activity of the Philippines and the AFF Suzuki Cup, well, Mitsubishi, fine. It's
Mitsubishi. Uh,
it's a go. Messi.